Welcome to Embodiment and Resourcing. So today we're going to start a little bit differently. First, I always like to remind everybody to take things at your own pace. Whatever I invite, make sure that it feels right for you, your body. Modify if you want, just watch. That's super important. So today we're going to actually start in a little bit of a different order because of the topic, the theme that I've picked for today is, I'm not sure what to call it. I'm going to call it befriending difficult stuff. So befriending meaning when something is difficult in our lives, often our response, we might have an automatic response of, oh, I have to fix that, or, oh, I want to get away from that. So whatever we perceive as difficult or challenging, we often have reflexive reactions. And so the idea of befriending is to kind of cultivate a different way of responding to what is difficult in our lives. So I'm just going to give an example to begin with. I'm picking the example of overwhelm. I hear other people say this, and I find myself saying it and feeling it. I just feel overwhelmed, like there's too much going on, or there's way more to do than I can get done. And then there's various accompanying feelings and body sensations related to that theme. So that's just one kind of difficulty that people face. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to go a little further with that. Because we're not doing an interactive thing, I'm going to just do the next step, which is instead of like trying to shunt that away or problem solve it or think my way through it, or avoid it completely, run and hide, I'm going to turn toward it and first just describe to myself. Now I'm going to use words, so that's kind of a mental activity. But the point is to just bring awareness to what is it? What does it feel like to be overwhelmed? What kinds of thoughts are happening to be overwhelmed? And then you can insert anything in there. So I'm using overwhelm, but it could be some other difficult thing in your life. So I'm just going to say a few things that come up for me. In the thought realm, I have those kind of thoughts like, I can't focus, there's too much happening. I feel tired, but I'm also wired. I feel restless and anxious. There's sort of underneath that is almost a feeling of like a fear, I can't keep up. There's way more to do than I can ever keep up with. And then I feel scattered. So these are my descriptive words. There's even another one kind of more on a spirit level, like I feel disconnected from my sense of clarity or my sense of deep self-knowing or my sense of confidence. So I know that's a lot of words, but I'm just trying to give an example of how you can first just turn towards, notice, describe to yourself when something is challenging or difficult for you. So now I'm going to guide us in a process, and I'd like to invite you to think of something in your life right now that's difficult or challenging for you. If there's nothing difficult or challenging, maybe there's something in the past, just to use it as a little bit of an exercise. And so take a few moments. And we're going to now use our 3-center practice with that. I'll give you a little bit more time to think of something or notice something. It could be happening right now, something that's difficult or challenging. Just settling in with that. And let's use our 3 centers to help us describe or tune into what's difficult about it on these different levels. So starting with our physical body. So with your topic, do you notice anything in your body right now related to that challenging or difficult topic? Are there any sensations? There may or may not be. So we're now turning towards this inquiry, somatic inquiry. How does my body feel in relation to this challenging topic. Bringing, if you can, a kindness or a gentleness, as if you were with a friend who was sharing something with you that they were struggling with, and you just wanted to be supportive, like, oh, yeah, tell me about it. I want to hear. I'm here to be open to that. We also set aside that urge to fix, to make it better, to explain why, to delve into the reasons. And we just really, again, want to return again and again to, what does it feel like in my body, this difficult topic? Now let's bring our awareness to our emotional center. Are there any particular feelings associated with this difficult topic? Any emotions, any feeling tones, that more subtle energy that we have in life in general, but related to your topic? And again, just a reminder, with that attitude of gently listening without trying to change or fix it, feeling into it, I hear you. And then bringing awareness to the mind, any particular thoughts, beliefs about your difficult topic. And here again, sometimes our mind wants to like talk about it, think about it, strategize about it. And just gently, with this bigger awareness that you are right now, this presence, just listening gently. Yeah, I hear you. It's bringing kindness, gentleness, compassion. And then opening your eyes, if they were closed, letting your arms come down. So we've kind of investigated or gently been present with, on different levels, this topic. So now I'd like to introduce the idea of letting that difficult topic still be here in the space, but let's do a little bit of gentle movement. So if you feel like standing, joining me with some standing, and I'll guide you through a little bit of movement. The idea here with the movement is not to get away from the topic, the difficult topic. It's more to bring in a little bit more energy and movement and spaciousness. So it's almost like bringing in a bigger container to hold that difficult energy, the topic, the thoughts, the feelings. So standing with feet apart a little bit so you feel nice and grounded, and either just very gently wiggling or vibrating or bouncing or shaking, just a simple movement that gets the body moving, releases a little bit of the tension. Allowing yourself to move in any which way that comes up. If bouncing doesn't quite feel right, you feel like stretching, go ahead and do that. So movement is one option, or simply just standing and holding the arms open. So you might want to try that too. This is more of like a posture and a gesture of openness, welcoming. holding a bigger space. So even though I have those feelings of overwhelm and all those thoughts and all of those emotional energies, I'm also holding it in this bigger space of compassion. Breathing into it. Sometimes you can even try another posture of just holding your hands in front of your heart area, like you're holding that challenging, difficult thing right here, like a dear friend that you just want to give all of your loving awareness to. And just taking a few more moments, being still and quiet with the energies that we've just been bringing up, the movements, the feelings, allowing a few more moments of stillness and silence and rest. And then the last part, I'm going to come now sit down. The last part I will just invite you to do, if you had pencil and paper, I didn't mention that in the beginning, and it's not necessary, but if there are any key things that stood out for you, you might want to jot those down. So when we turn towards something difficult, challenging, overwhelming, a little 15-minute practice may not be enough to, to process that more deeply. So this is part of the practice here, is just kind of following a few steps that remind our whole system, our whole body, our whole spirit, that we can choose to respond differently to difficult stuff. We may need to do more with it. We might want to turn to a friend or the facilitator or somebody to help us work through it more. We may want to do some journaling. There's different ways that we can take this further. So this practice is really more of like a meta reminder of letting the body feel it, our emotions feel it, and to expand our capacity to turn towards things that are challenging and difficult. So with that, we'll close there for today. Thank you for being here.